Day 1, arrival in Dubai. Into the desert dream. The moment the airplane doors opened, a wave of warm desert air embraced me. Welcoming, dry, and somehow already magical. I had finally landed in Dubai, a place I had dreamed of since childhood, the mythical metropolis that rises out of golden dunes. As I stepped into the ultra-modern Dubai International Airport, I was greeted by a smiling representative from Memphis Tours. He held a sign with my name on it, and I felt that little flutter of excitement that always comes with the beginning of an adventure. The ride to the hotel was cool and smooth. Thank you, air-conditioned vehicle. Outside, glimpses of minarets, endless highways, and ultra-modern glass towers teased my curiosity. After a seamless check-in, I collapsed onto the plush bed in my hotel room. Jet lag tugged at me, but so did the thrill of being in the UAE. I opened the curtains and just sat for a while, watching the sun slowly dip behind the horizon, painting the sky in hues of peach and fire. Summary of the day: the heat, the skyline, the hush of my hotel room. My Arabian chapter had begun. Day 2. Cultural tour to heritage houses. Stories in the wind. Breakfast was delicious. Light Arabic bread, labneh, and strong coffee. By 9 a.m., I met my personal guide, who whisked me away into a different Dubai, one that whispered tales of 40 years ago. Our first stop was Bastakia, the Al-Fahidi historical district, where wind towers crowned coral and gypsum buildings. I stood still for a moment, the scent of old wood and spices in the air, the fort of Al-Fahidi peeking through narrow alleys. It felt like walking through a still-beating heart of old Dubai. Inside the Sheikh Zayed Al Maktoum house, I was struck by the quiet grandeur. This wasn't just a house. It was a portal to an era when the sands were home. The perfume house was next, tucked within the Al Shindaga Museum complex. Notes of oud and rose lingered in the air as I learned how Emirati scents are a living memory of family, identity, and tradition. Then came the Abra ride across Dubai Creek. I let the warm wind tousle my hair as we glided across the water. That quick moment with old dhows sailing by and the skyline shimmering became one of those perfect snapshots I'll always keep. We visited the Sheikh Mohammed Center for Cultural Understanding, followed by an Emirati lunch, saffron rice, chicken makbous, and the soft warmth of shared stories with locals. Later, we explored the spice and gold souks, where I lost myself among cinnamon pyramids and strings of gold so fine they looked like sunlight frozen in time. Our last stop was the Jumeirah Mosque, where we paused for photos. Its creamy domes against the blue sky were breathtaking. Summary of the day. Today, I met the soul of Dubai, wrapped in scent, sound, and 1,000 stories. Day 3. Desert Safari Adventure. Golden silence and fiery nights. By 3 p.m., I was picked up in a Nissan Patrol for the Desert Safari, my heart already racing in anticipation. We cruised past the city's edge, and soon the land turned to flame-colored dunes, rolling endlessly under a sun that seemed to pause just for us. Then came the real thrill: dune bashing. I held onto the handle with one hand and tried to record a video with the other. Spoiler, I failed. The sand roared under the wheels. The SUV soared and dipped, and I couldn't stop laughing. Later, I switched vehicles and boarded an open-top 1950s Land Rover. Vintage, charming, and somehow perfect for this time travel moment. On the nature trail, I felt the silence of the desert seeping into my bones. Then came the falcon show, this majestic bird slicing through the sky above golden dunes held my breath captive. At sunset, I mounted a camel and ambled through the sand as the sky turned blush pink. My fingers brushed the rough fur. My eyes stayed on the horizon. Dinner was a dream! A 4-course Arabic barbecue feast, aromatic and flavorful, served under the stars. Oud music drifted softly through the night, while the Khaliji dance, tanura, and an electrifying fire show turns the evening into something mythical. I ended the night on cushions, sipping sweet shisha, staring at the stars. Summary of the day: I met the desert today, and it spoke in silence, shimmer, and flame. Day 4, Abu Dhabi, between minarets and majesty, the capital awaited. After breakfast, we drove toward Abu Dhabi, and the difference in energy was instantly felt. Dubai dazzles like a neon mirage. Abu Dhabi glows with quiet confidence. Our first stop was the Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque, and no words can do it justice. White marble, golden columns, endless reflection pools. It was like walking through a dream sculpted in light. I took off my shoes, covered my hair, and entered a place that pulsed with beauty and reverence. We then drove along the Corniche, a breezy waterfront stretch, alive with joggers, children, and cafes. I grabbed a juice and simply watched the life pass by. Next came the Heritage Village, where artisans still spun thread and baked bread the old way. For a moment, I sat cross-legged in a shaded courtyard, listening to the sound of a loom, thinking about how this place keeps memory alive. Our final stop was the majestic Qasr El Watan, the presidential palace. Every hallway was more opulent than the last: mosaics, domes, crystal. I felt like I was floating through a living museum of Arabian legacy. Summary of the day: Abu Dhabi is grace in architecture, poetry in stone. Day 5, modern Dubai, glass, glamour, and vertigo. Today was all about futuristic dreams. We began at Dubai Marina, a sleek city within the city. All glinting yachts and high-rises that seemed to compete for the sky. Next was Palm Jumeirah, and yes, it really does look like a palm from above. We paused for photos near the iconic Atlantis Hotel, and I was awed by the sheer scale of it all. Then, Souk Madinat Jumeirah wrapped me in an atmosphere of old meets new. Arched alleys, water canals, and shop windows filled with artisanal treasures. We pulled up near the Burj Al Arab, that sail-shaped beacon of luxury, and I honestly gawked. It felt surreal to be standing next to a building I'd only ever seen in magazines. After that, we entered the Dubai Mall, more of a city than a mall. I passed the colossal aquarium and couldn't believe my eyes. Sharks and rays swimming under the glass, right beside a Chanel boutique. Then, the grand finale, Burj Khalifa, at the top on floor 124. As the elevator shot up, my ears popped and my heart raced. The view? Absolutely worth every second. The city lay beneath us like a board game, the desert beyond stretching infinitely. Summary of the day. Today I touched the sky and Dubai whispered, "Dream bigger."